Hi everybody, my name is Lois and this is Churchill's Attic, and today I'm making a video about paint by number. I was watching a lot of beginner videos and noticed that there aren't any videos about how to choose your first paint by number. There's a lot of technique videos, there's a lot of how-tos and the best tips, but not which painting to choose. Now there are some very difficult paintings and there's some really easy paintings. Now everybody has like different skills and different experience levels, but this video is basically for the beginner. Someone that's never done a paint by number or has only done a couple and maybe they didn't look good. But there's a little bit more to choosing your first paint by number than just looking at the picture and saying, wow, this is gonna be so cute. I'm gonna put a frame around it, hang it, match my living room, everyone's gonna love it. That's normally what the first time paint by number person does, and they're so disappointed at the end because there's only certain kinds of paint by numbers that you can get that are going to look like the picture outside, you know, the picture that's on the box of the paint by number. So that's what I want to show you. No paint by number is bad. They're all great. Some paints are better than other paints, but depending on your experience level, I have seen some of the most beautiful paint by numbers come from the little $7 canvases, and it's just the experience level. It's knowing how to blend, it's knowing how to shade, it's knowing how to layer paints, it's knowing, you know, when and where to do it and where not to do it. So until you get that experience, you need to not get the real hard paint by numbers. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a couple of examples of paint by numbers. Now, this one right here, this one is an artist's loft. It's a small paint by number. It's only an 8 by 10, and it's just of a leopard, and it's pretty nice. I'm gonna show you a little bit better, but it's got some nice colors. This is the perfect paint by number for a beginner. And the reason is because all the sections are very clear, there is no blending, there is no shading. You go from one bold color to another bold color, and it's supposed to be that way. There's a lot of black that actually covers up there's white. There is white, but I will tell you a perfect secret. Use white out. Just a little dab. The number disappears. You paint over it. It's beautiful. You're welcome. Next time you do a paint by number and you use white out, you think of Lois and you say, thanks, Churchill's Attic. You made my life so much easier. So this is the perfect paint by number. And this one is not the perfect paint by number for a first-time user. It's cute. It is cute. This painting is Royal Langnickel. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize. But this painting, it's cute. It's got the kitten and the ducky and the puppy in the barn. It's super cute, but there is so much blending. There is so much shade. To make this picture look like that would be extremely difficult. Only somebody that has a lot of experience can do it, and it can be done. One of the reasons that I got this painting right here was to do this video. And one of the biggest things that showed me that this painting, except for the picture, was going to not turn out is, see this orange? This is a good distinguisher as to if a paint by number is good or not. This orange, this one, do you see that in this painting at all? Do you see that orange anywhere? No, nope. There's a lot of reds over here. And in the duck, you've got a little bit, but there's none of this orange. Okay, and another bad thing about paint by numbers when you're choosing them is that look at how many colors are actually on the picture. There's hundreds of colors on this picture, not just these. So when you're looking at the picture, and even if it's like this, very blocky, very sectioned, very where all the colors are exactly where they're gonna be. Read what's in the box. Read what's on the box, because there's this fun thing. It's so fun. I just hate it so much. Some areas are marked with 2 color numbers and need to be mixed together to create different color shades. If the area is marked 1/5, this means to mix together equal parts of color number 1 and color number 5. Well, that means that all these colors and all these colors are not the only colors that you need for this paint by number. You have to mix them. Now, some paint by numbers show you perfectly on the back. Like down here, it'll give all these circles, not just these. These are actually, what are these? Down here, it'll give you all these circles that show the colors that you need to mix. And so you're aware, okay, I have to mix these colors, and this is the shade that I need to mix them to look like, because it is never, ever the equal 1 and 5. No, it's not the right color. It's not. They're lying to you. So at least some of these paint by numbers do give the down here the dots, and you're aware that you're going to be mixing colors. Some people love to mix colors. They think that it gives them, a little bit of a sense of being involved in creating the paint by number, and you could like change the shade a little bit to make it, more your paint by number, but I don't like it. I want the colors pre-made, pre-mixed, already in my package, so I just have to pop it open, pop my little container open and start painting. So anyway, there's that. I am going to start painting these and show you what I mean by how you buy one of the artist lofts. I got this at Michael's. It was $9.99. Every paint you need pre-mixed inside. 3 brushes, which was fantastic. They weren't the best brushes, but a paint by number, no, take that back. I did a paint by number and I thought it wasn't the best brush, but to this day, I still choose that brush. Don't know why, but I'm gonna do this painting and show you what it looks like at the end. I'm gonna do it exactly the way it says to do it. I am also gonna do that same exact thing with this painting. And you will see the end result of this painting done exactly with no shading, with no blending, with no layering of paint, with nothing. You'll see what I'm talking about. So Okay, whew, got that done. No, I'm just kidding. I actually painted these a couple of days ago. Okay, so here is the kitty, ducky, and puppy. This is what you think you're buying, right? You can do your paint by number. It's gonna look like this. It's gonna be pretty. You can put it up in a frame. This is how it looks. This is how it ends up. This is what you want it to look like, but this is what it actually looks like. Okay? But it's not real bad. Not real bad, but it's not what you think it's gonna turn out as. Because this is an original painting. They can only do so much. You see the orange? That was my first clue that this was not gonna look like. See the orange in the duck, in the pot for the plant. I did no shading. So when you buy this paint by number as a new person, be aware that this is actually what it's going to turn out to look like, okay? But if you get this paint by number, all right, this is what it's going to turn out to look like. Do you see the difference? It is amazing, the difference in this and this. This one, you can literally hang. It looks exactly like what you want it to look like.
Now here
It's
are some
exactly
examples
like
of first-time beginner paint by numbers. I know it looks a little basic, but it does have very segmented areas and no blending. You have to start somewhere, and this is a really good paint by number for someone that has no experience. Now this kitty you would think would be hard, but it's really not. There is no blending involved. There is no shading. It's right. It will look exactly like that when you're finished. And this kitty, all these kitties, there's a lot of kitties, and you have to have some good brush control for the black lines, but I think a beginner can do this one. Now this one looks really busy, but there is no blending, no shading. All the colors are separate from each other. There's segments. It's detailed, but it's beginner-ish, and it would look beautiful. Now this picture you would think would be really hard. The tips of the waves might be a little hard, and you might have to have some really good brush control, but it's all segmented. Nothing's blending into each other. Everything has its own little spot for the colors. It would turn out really nice. Now this one, a lot of people would say, oh no, I'm not going there. But your painting would look exactly like this when it was finished. Here are some examples of paint by numbers that only the most experienced people should be doing. Look at all the fur on this kitty cat, the blending in the background of the ocean and the sky with the clouds. It would be an incredible paint by number if you have the experience. Another one to stay away from would be this kitty cat. This is an original picture. I couldn't even make this look anywhere near a kitty cat from a paint by number. It's incredible, the blending, and I hope you guys see what I'm talking about with how intricate and detailed some of these paint by numbers can get. This next one is is the cat. This is all fur. Fur is incredibly difficult to make look real in a paint by number. Plus, I think this is a watercolor. In the background, you would have to add so much water to the acrylic paint in the paint by number to even look like that. And then you'd still see the lines. Now this panda is so pretty, but I couldn't even imagine how somebody would get started with a paint by number like this as a beginner. It would look comical almost and very disappointing.
Well, I hope I've helped you guys out. If you're a first-time paint by number person and you're looking for answers and help and tips and tricks, I hope that the first thing that you do is you get a paint by number that's actually going to look good, and it's not going to make you feel like you're not a good painter, because you probably are a great painter. It's just that the only word that I could say is like deceptive. If you know and understand that this painting and paintings like this are going to turn out like this, that it doesn't make you stop doing paint by numbers, because they can only do so much with an original piece of art, and that's exactly what they did with this picture and this paint by number. Somebody with a lot of experience could make this paint by number look exactly like the outside of the package, but if somebody that's brand new probably can't. Now, when I say this picture is the perfect picture, I'm not actually saying this exact picture, you know, even though this is really a good one. I mean something like this, something that has really bold, big colors. There's no blending. It is what it is. You've got the spots, you've got the sections, you fill them in, and the picture turns out beautiful, and it looks exactly like the outside of the package. If you shop around well, really look at the front of the packages, really look at the detail, and say, okay, I can do that, then get it, and it'll probably turn out really, really good. So thanks for watching to the very end. My name is Lois, and this is Churchill's Attic, and I will be back. I will do another video, probably about paint by number, but then I like crafts too, so I might throw some crafty stuff in there too. So thanks, bye-bye.